shorts look weird now.
They're vulva rise.
Like comes with a coupon for the waxing next door.
Hey everyone, I'm Rave Bay Melissa.
And I'm Fluffy.
And this is Dead Sober Podcast.
And I'm not even high.
I hope everyone really liked our songs. I have to cancel that subscription today before I forget. So if we need any more songs, I have the songs.
Cancel. All right, so our topic today, we're going to begin by talking about how we choose our outfits and themes. So because I had no frame of reference for what we were doing last year, we sort of just started with Pinterest boards or mood boards and kind of putting together pictures of things that we like around a theme. So I think we started with maybe 5 themes and we had to whittle it down to 3 so we would have one each day. One of them I remember is just rave girls, just psychedelic, rave, hippie, and to just put that in, grab all the fun colors. And I don't think we ended up even doing that one.
I feel like we tried to mix rave girl with bright colors, so we just picked a color, each of us, that we went with, and that's how we modified the rave girls, because we didn't want to buy the matching set. You know how people go to iHeart raves and they'll buy the fairy costume, and we didn't want to do that. We wanted to be creative. That was the whole point of why I got you to go in the first place. So I think what we did was we saw that and we're like, well, we don't want to match, and the patterns are going to be hard.
It'd be too matchy if we did the exact same thing, and we didn't want to do that. So then everything turned into a project. Start with a theme, start with a couple ideas, pull together some photos, pictures of outfits on sites, and then we move into things we may actually buy. Because we are very good at Excel sheets and organizing and planning. So of course you start with a grand idea and then narrow down to things we may actually buy. And then you split it by this is Fluffy's side and this is Rave Bay's side of the PowerPoint.
I forgot that we did this.
Of course, mine were mostly shorts at first because I had no concept of this. So
you picked pants.
Oh yeah.
You wanted to wear pants in the beginning, and I was like, this is Vegas in May. Even if it's at night, you're not going to get cold. I promise you don't need to be wearing pants, let alone all the other reasons not to wear pants. But literally. Should we tell them the time that I made you go buy shorts because you didn't own a pair of shorts? Just to give them context of where we're starting from when it comes to costumes.
So I had not purchased shorts for myself in 10 years. Styles had obviously changed a lot in sizes, and I just was wearing capris, even though I'm way too short to ever be wearing capris. It should be illegal. There should be a height measurement before you get on a ride at an amusement park. I didn't match outfits before I came. I just threw everything I had into the suitcase, and we were packing up your house because we were going to move, and while your stuff was going, we were going to go on this trip. But I pull out my outfits because we had to be in town for a day, and you're like, is that all you brought? I had Sophie shorts from probably junior high. I had shorts my mom gave me that were her jeans. Here, I'm getting hand-me-downs from my own parent.
No, you can't wear that out here. You can't. A lot of your clothes were also so much bigger than you were. And so you were swim in them at a baseline, and they were old, so they were all stretched out. Your bras that you never throw out apparently, and you don't own a regular bra.
They're for sleeping.
Yeah, the sleeping. It's always for sleeping. So we go to the store, and I think we went to Old Navy first, and I was like, do you know what size you are? And you're like, I think I'm this. I don't know. So I guessed, and I got you into a dressing room, and you put the clothes on. All the way up until this point, you were like, I'm not going to like anything. I'm going to look stupid. There's not going to be anything for me. And then you put it on. And then you're like, I hate that these fit, and I really like them.
Perfect. Well, and jeans shorts look weird now when they're not on you. It looks like the zippers are massive. And
because they're not low vagina, vulva rise.
The stickers just on there. Would you like hip, waist, or full on vulva?
How much would you like to have to shave in order to wear this?
This comes with a coupon for the waxing next door. It's a BOGO deal.
So anyway, so that's what we're going into when we're trying to plan these outfits. So we had 3, maybe 4 loose categories. And then I was like, okay, let's go shopping. You're like, I don't know what to get.
Where do you buy things? The other problem too is I can't visualize. Like, I'm an artistic person, but I have to see it. So when you'll send me pieces and I see it on like an AI or like a toothpick model, I'm like, okay, like maybe it looks good there, but I also can't picture the pieces together. So I have to see it. And you are like, I can send you just an idea of something and not an actual picture. You're like, that's not going to go together. Like you have this like mind of putting a puzzle together without actually being able to see it. I started putting little paper dolls together, but they're just so creepy and like
They're so creepy.
and like
It's not Flat Stanley, people. It's not Flat Stanley. It's a much creepier version.
this is what we proposed. Neon, this is one of the 3 themes. Neon, bright color, schmecks on Mars, which like is that a thing? Can you Google what that is? No, that's the other thing.
No, you can't.
Come up with theme names. You can't Google and find anything. That's not a category. But everyone knows exactly what we're talking about when you can picture that. So then we would start pulling the images together. And we ended up like one color on one side, one color on the other side.
And I just want to reiterate, like, if you zoom in on that picture, go to your side. So mine's pink. In the end, mine looks pretty close to that. Yours started off as turquoise. Yeah. So just remember, this is where we're starting from, and then she'll show you where we got after this.
Why? Did something change? So then I had to put little dolls together. So then I'm going through photos online of like as straight on of each other as I could get. Like these buns are photoshopped on. Then
no necks. We have no necks.
There are no necks here. Yours actually worked out pretty good. Outfit that I had picked, I had to draw skin in to see what it would look like. Because
please zoom in on just yourself, please. Just
so you can see in the reference photo, it's got like a white background. So I took out the white background. That wasn't hard. But then my creepy paper doll cutout person had clothes on. So I sat with my finger on my phone in markup and I'm putting peach behind it to try to get the vibe. Like, is this at all what I wore? Close, but
not really. Not really. No.
But you can even see my leg. My like actual leg is popping out on the side here. This is what I actually ended up. So notice my hair is not in little space buns anymore.
No.
But this is all very, very different from where we started.
Just if I could do a side by side, where we started, where we ended up. Like,
how did we get here? So very fashionably challenged. Because it's another thing. I have no swimsuits. I haven't bought suits outside of like competition suits. Again, in probably a decade, so I had nothing. And then now that we're going to this pool party, I'm like, well, I can't wear the one I bought for my theme outfit because I need that the next day, so it can't still be wet from the pool party. So I got one more, and I'm like, is this going to work? So I might have to get one more. But I already am like, I already got two. 2 in, 20 years. How could I dare get one more? But I'm like, this can just be like a swimsuit for swimsuit purposes.
Uh-huh. I'm just so glad that when we were talking about bathing suits and the pool party, and I was like, I just knew. As soon as we figured out that we were going to the pool party, I was like, I need to ask her if she has a swimsuit that isn't one that we bought for a costume. Because she's going to come back with something crazy like a one piece. And we're not talking cute one pieces. We're talking old or competition. Either way, it's either going to be way too tight or way too big. You didn't want to buy a bathing suit because of the strap? Was it the strap you didn't want?
Like the little shoestrings. I'm like, that's going to hurt.
Oh, around the neck. Around the neck.
Yeah. Bikini top is not going to be supportive. And to get it supportive, you have to tie those strings so tight. Like, I know that's going to rub and be this huge problem. When was the last... Why am I asking the question? When was the last time? You know the last time I bought a swimsuit. That's all that was available.
You just don't want it around your neck? Okay. Well, here's 3 other options of what you might like based on how I know you like to wear your clothes when you buy new clothes. which is rare. And you're like, oh, I didn't know they made these. And I'm like, this isn't new fashion, like, at all. Like, maybe the past 10 years it's new, but like...
I am like the Facebook of social media trends. So
Yes.
like,
Yes.
but for
You are a
fashion.
Facebook
So
group. Yes.
you are the like red note to TikTok fashion trends, and I am still on Facebook where in 2 years we'll be like, did you see that pants come in? They're not mom jeans anymore, but they're high rise. The kids are wearing flares again. Like, no, we're on to white. You don't have white shoes?
The answer is no, people. If you wanted to know that answer is also no. Not for me, to be perfectly clear, for her. I had to buy her white shoes, and then they got dirty, and she didn't know that she could wash them.
Will you like put it into the washing machine? Because see, here's the thing.
Yes.
I think we need to write my parents and ask them all the things they lied to me so I wouldn't break their stuff. You can't put shoes in the washing machine. You can't put shoes in the dryer. And I just assumed that they never made washing machines and dryers better since then.
Or just like, you could always do that also. I wouldn't put them in the dryer only because if they like shrink or if they have like a weird, like the rubber will get hot if they're rubber, but put them in the washing machine. You wash everything else. You're not going to ruin it.
Okay, so one of the things I did want to ask you while we were on the topic of fashion, and I feel like this is going to be a quick answer. So like these,
Tights?
yes, can I wear these to the pool party
No.
thing? Okay.
No.
Would they get heavy?
Yes.
Would they? Because they are like
You're not going to
absorbent,
like
I'm
them when they get
assuming.
wet. You're not going to like them
won't
when they
look
get
cute
wet.
anymore. Okay.
No, you're not going to like the feeling.
Oh
Do you know how it feels when you wear a wet shirt over a bathing suit?
no, I would never.
Okay. That's my point. When you get out of the shower, imagine putting a shirt immediately on. That's what your legs are going to feel like with the tights on.
Oh yeah,
Because they're wet.
that's an immediate panic attack.
Correct.
Okay, see,
You
that's why-
absolutely cannot. You absolutely cannot. No.
See, I'm glad I asked.
Impeccable. Impeccable. We can flip to news. Okay, so our news is going to be about Coachella. And Coachella is overdone, I think, a lot on social media. And the comments are usually always the same. They're always, it's too expensive. The fashion isn't spectacularly wonderful. The crowd is horrible. Like they don't interact. And the music is like mid at best. And so I was like, all right, I can't do many things in my life, but I can research things. We were talking about this earlier. And because I can research, I can answer all of these questions in a logical way with actual evidence. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was the audience not being participatory. So when you think of Coachella, what do you think of it as? Does it lean more concert or does it lean more festival?
I feel like when I first started hearing about Coachella, I pictured it as like festival, ground up, but I think I was picturing Burning Man. Like Coachella is just Burning Man, but it's more, I don't know, popular or mainstream. But now, like really, really rich people and influencers, and so I kind of just picture it being really performative, maybe.
That's exactly right. It leans closer to Burning Man because Burning Man's also more expensive and it's more trendy. There's a lot of influencers there. The influencers are the part that people don't like. They don't care about the famous people. They don't like the influencers because they show that their camera is just on all the time. But like, if you just look at some of these artists, let's just start here.
Yeah.
They are not dancing artists.
No.
They're like rappers and Green Day and like Charlie XCX. Could you imagine Charlie XCX at EDC? Like, immediately no. Missy Elliott. We're talking about a crowd that's in their 20s. I don't even know if they know who that is. Like,
No, and like if you went to any of these artists' concert, like if you go to a Taylor Swift concert, if you go to 3 6 Mafia, like you're gonna record it. You're like, oh my God, I'm such a fan.
Yes.
I bought tickets, I've been waiting, or you spend a ton of money. Yeah, I'm gonna flip to my HD version and I'm gonna record this set. So like maybe
And
like
it's
dance
like-
a little, but
and it's like come and go, right? So like they're going to come on stage, then they're going to go off of stage, and there's going to be like a down period, or they're going to be changing, or there's a mid-show, whatever. It's not like you're up and moving like at EDC, where it never stops. Like there's not a pause ever. Like even between artists, there's usually like some sort of show, or like but people are usually interacting. It's just not the right vibe for that kind of a thing.
How many stages? Is it just one stage, or are there
No.
multiple stages at Coachella?
So there's multiple stages. I can't figure out how much bigger or smaller it is compared to EDC, because a lot of people will complain about the walk, but I have a hard time with that because EDC is a lot of steps. So I don't know comparatively like where they sit. But there are other very, very distinct differences between Coachella and literally any other festival on planet Earth. The food. So, it is the most bougie food of all time.
I can't even get that now. I wouldn't be able to go get this in my city.
Yes. So, like...
Paella?
This is paella. Here. This is like a mix of something. Here, let me get out of the way and show you that side.
Oh.
That's a Korean hot dog.
Hot Cheeto hot dog? My mouth is watering.
So the food represents the audience, which represents the talent, right? So it's not...
And EDC is chicken nuggies.
Exactly. And they have like nice things, you know, like there'll always be like a TikTok video of somebody that's like, you need to go to the hibachi. And we're like, I'd rather have a chicken nugget or a grilled cheese sandwich and french fries. Like, I'm not gonna...
Oh, you don't have time for this. No way. You're you're having a like pop for the first time and you're like, ooh, it's so special. And then you're shoving like chicken nuggets in your mouth or a grilled cheese, which I did not do that last year, and I very much regret not getting grilled cheese.
It slapped. So it was amazing.
And like the guy making it was like really into it. Like that was the cool thing, is like the food vendors are having fun. It almost seems like every worker at EDC, like they won the lottery, that they get to actually like work this and they get to listen to all the music too at the same time. And that grilled cheese guy was like, "What you need, baby? I got you. Okay, I'll do the extra cheese for you." Like it was so good. But I mean, that paella though. And I don't even know what that first one is. It like looks way like international.
I think that's like dragon fruit in it. Yeah. There were acai bowls. This is the part that got me, because people complain about how much it is. Most of this food was less than what we paid for chicken nuggets and french fries.
I'm going to take my headset off. I don't want to hear that.
Yes. It is like, people were like, oh my God, look at these prices. And it would be like an entire pizza for $18. And I'm like,
I can't get that here. Also.
No.
I can't get that at home.
No. So it's the food is just, but you have to think about it. Like, you're outside at a concert all day. It's hot. It's very dusty. I don't necessarily want to eat this stuff. It's fine, but...
Well, I get what you're saying about, like, it matches the audience. So they're doing this, like, over-the-top food so that these people will take pictures, post about it, tag the business. So it almost... Actually, now that, like, you say that, I'm thinking of this almost as, like, a convention. Like, where you go to, like, show off, like, okay, we've got, like, good speakers, but the speakers are the artists. And then, like, the vendors are showing off their different, like, skills and things like that versus...
Exactly.
EDC and other EDM concerts is, like, the music is why you're there. And if you hear a couple bits of the song and you're done with it, you can literally take 2 steps in any direction and you're going to hear another DJ or run into, some art or something fun.
So then this brings us to... the fashion. So here's my problem with the fashion.
What am I looking at here?
There are so many TikToks of people roasting the fashion, saying that it isn't good, it doesn't match the vibe, it's not over the top enough, it's too over the top. It's like people were complaining that like Kendall or I think it was Kylie only wore a sundress.
Let people wear what they want to wear.
So I'm going to present to you the people who had the best outfits were notably skinny white girls. So we're talking the top frame. Alex Earl, I don't know who this is. But like that's the vibe that people want.
And again, Burning Man on the right.
Yes.
EDC in the middle.
Yes.
Or like, I guess, Vegas pool party. And then honestly, Ren Fair.
Yeah. Exactly. And then... But then there were the real winners. The real winners to me was the Torrid girls. So Torrid is a plus-size brand. They slayed. They're this middle row. I'm going to move out of the way so you can see them. They
Okay,
were
so we don't all identically match, but we are hitting that hippie Coachella, free-flowing mix of Burning Man and music festival
exactly,
vibe immediately.
exactly. Comfortable but sexy at the same time. It's perfection. And then we have the bottom.
What's going on? What's going on there, buddy?
So the bottom is like a mix. So some people really roasted the men in particular about their outfits. Which, again, I don't understand what we're trying to do here. I don't know why we're roasting people about what they wear to a concert that's all day in the sun with dust.
And there is no structure. It's not like, at least
No!
EDC isn't a permanent structure, and this is quite literally just a city that pops up in the desert. And like, since like the bar for men is so low, especially like the gay men, like just the less you wear the better, a couple sparkles. So like, what is there to possibly roast? Also, who cares? So like,
This is my point. That's the whole point of raves and festivals is to be accepting of everybody. That's the whole reason why we like EDC, because you could wear nothing and nobody cares and they'll tell you you're gorgeous. No one. But then Coachella, like, I get they're influencers, but I don't understand why we're judging them and holding them at such a high standard. Why don't they get the same flexibility as everybody else? Why do we have to judge them?
You want them to dance and be into the music, but
This
also
is what I mean.
wear a corset in the desert and
For
eat
hours.
and eat real food? Like, no.
Exactly. Yeah. So I just can't. So then the last thing that people really roast Coachella on is the prices. So I did a breakdown because I'm like, I want to know. I want to know if it's bad, if it's not bad. So I'm going to move to the side here. Okay.
Okay.
So you can see, so I had to include like ones that were shuttle, ones that weren't. Coachella, yes, is more expensive. However, it's not that much more expensive,
No.
largely speaking. Especially when you get to the 3-day festivals, like Lost Lands is starting to get bigger and people were like, yeah, it's getting so expensive. I was expecting this to be obscene and it's just not. It didn't impress me at all. Like it wasn't, I don't know if it was the camping. I don't know why people are so up in arms about how expensive it is when it's about the same as everything else.
I really thought it was unattainable expensive.
Yes.
Like I thought it was $3,000 plus, but their GA does seem, I guess, pricey for GA, but
Sure.
you need a shuttle. So once you're already bought into shuttle pricing, that's once you've already hit that level, that's nothing. And then
Right.
yeah, VIP is double, but I don't know, it's not
It's
that
about the same. And I didn't know this, so I really didn't know this. And I'm so glad that we just continue to get lucky. So apparently, when they release tickets, so when they release tickets for these shows, they release them in tiers. And I thought the tiers were just like marketing, right? Like there's only 500 tickets, that sort of thing. It's not. The prices significantly change. So I looked at what we paid for EDC. We paid $9 something,
960.
$960. It went up to $1,200 in 45 minutes.
Wait, for Coachella, it changes per minute?
Not just Coachella. That's EDC prices. EDC was $1,200 45 minutes after we bought tickets.
Because I knew there's like the early owl and the early whatever, but there's also there is a supply and demand issue, because the one thing it does seem EDC does okay with is to not oversell, to purposefully, because just like airlines, sometimes festivals will purposefully oversell tickets and then you just blow out your max capacity, and it's dangerous. And we already hate circuit grounds. So it just
It's just going to be a no for me if it's circuit grounds.
I'm going to have like my photo up at circuit grounds and I'm not allowed to like go there because of like all the hate that I talk on it. Wow.
So literally with every tier release, usually every 45 minutes to an hour, the price will go up significantly. And so I didn't know this. I found this on Reddit that like people were like, "Oh, how much did you pay for your VIP ticket?" And they were like $1,200. And I'm just like, I've never paid $1,200. We went for the first time last year, which means we didn't get Future Owl. We didn't pay $1,200. It's because we got it right away. If we waited too many hours, if we waited like an hour, it was going to be significantly more money.
Holy crap, I had no idea.
And that's for every festival. I didn't know that. I had no idea.
Stinks that like if you can't just be available when they're available, you likely have a job that won't just let you, take a break when you need to. So those people having to pay more like does feel a little a little capitalism-y, but man.
I just couldn't get over the prices. I just couldn't get over them.
Well, the other thing too, why I would think Coachella was so much more expensive is because they have like A-list pop stars. There was one big name that pulled everybody in, like Beyonce.
This year was Lady Gaga.
Yeah, so there's like one. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe they played this. But I mean, look at the list now. There's a million people like that you would go see that maybe it's our age demographic, but there's a ton of people on there. That costs money. And at EDC, yes, there are major big names, but
it's not Lady Gaga. It's not Lady Gaga.
It's not Lady Gaga. It's not carrying the A-list celebrity actor.
Maroon 5. No.
That plays all these consistent places around the country, so you know what the going rate is. That when you have an EDM festival and DJs and the set design might be, smaller, they don't need all the crew. Can you imagine all the crew they have to bring? Just like watching like Lady Gaga's set, all the backup dancers, all like the lighting, building her set, like and costumes. That's all you're paying for these tickets to go see all those different artists. You couldn't fly around the country on one flight. No. You couldn't do one flight to go try to see two of those people for that price. Stop complaining.
Literally. And the thing that gets me online is that like there's a lot of people that hate that they get roasted because they're complaining from their couch, which I don't like. That ravers were making fun of this girl who posted a video on TikTok, and I showed you the picture, and she was like, where do I get these plants? And it was the
sprouts.
The sprouts. Thank you. I can think of the word. So she was like, where do I get these plants? And it was a sprout. And the people in the comments at first were like, oh, like they're sprouts. Like if you've got sprouted, like you're in, like people like it, whatever. But then the comments started to turn and they started to say, tell me you've never been to a rave without telling me you've never been to a rave. And I'm like, that's not. First of all, what are you trying to exclude people from?
Literally the opposite of the entire. If you are handing these out, you understand plur. You understand the point is to surprise people, and if you just see somebody having
happy.
Like, what's really cool about like this genre is that there's different ways to interact. It's very inclusive.
Yes, it's very inclusive.
Yeah, so if you like see someone having a good vibe and you are feeling like too shy or whatever you've taken has made you like channel inward and you don't want to do like the bracelet thing, you can do the little sprouts and just kind of like sneak it on. And then it is like kind of waiting for a Valentine, and you're like in elementary school, you're like having to, see if anybody put one into your box. And so like all fest, I had no surprise sprouts. Like I was sneaking them onto people and I'm like, when is my like sprout karma going to come back? And then I think it was the last day. I'm like, I'm going to know because I'm very aware. I'm very like sensitive to people like near me and bumping. And so I'm like, well, I'm going to know like when somebody sprouts me and I'll just like play it cool. And then we were tired. We were doing our like one of our 2 mandatory union breaks and we got to sit down, take my pack off. And I'm like, oh, and I had a sprout on my backpack. Like it's just such a nice little surprise, especially when I was like, I'm not going to get one. Like,
I know you were so upset. You're like, I've been giving these out and I'm not getting a sprout. And then I was like, you don't even know what's about to happen when you take them. Because I didn't see them put it on, but I saw it when we were like walking, obviously, that it was on your back. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yeah. So like, and them asking, and like the TikTok that she had posted was, oh my gosh, these are so cute. What are people doing? Like one, it's adorable, and she's like, everyone that's wearing one is having fun. How could you just be so nasty to say that? I don't know.
Exactly. I literally didn't want to go to Coachella, and then reading all of this makes me want to go to Coachella because it's affordable. You get to see a lot of different people. You get to try a lot of foods. You maybe get to see A-listers. There's clearly a rave. Like Levity was there.
What are you doing here?
Yeah, so Levity was there. Crank That was there. I mean, they're at smaller stages. I don't care. We know
That would
this.
be
I don't
great.
care. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
And the crowd's different, so it's a smaller crowd that's actually interested in going to see them. Now,
Well,
there is a drawback. The drawback that we will never have a problem with because I refuse to go camping. Coachella was really, really bad this year. Not the actual camping, but getting there. So apparently they had changed how they normally do it. So normally when you go camping at Coachella, you wait in the line and then they take you to a spot and like that's your spot. And so like if you want to be next to people, you have to be in line right behind each other so you can all go to the same spot. This year it was a free for all.
no.
So they didn't take you to any place and so it was mayhem. So people literally waited in line for like 12 hours and they couldn't keep their car on because that's their AC for the weekend
Oh.
and it's heat, right? It's hot. It's in the middle of the desert. So cars were breaking down, people were running out of gas, like it was really bad. Once they got in, everything was fine, and then they eventually started like passing out waters and passing out ice packs and whatever, but like that's the only bad thing that I've seen that was like all the way around bad, but eventually it ended up being fine and people seemed to be fine with their camping and whatever.
What a bold move to go from we have this very organized thing with, I'm sure, a minor complaint of I can't arrive at the same time as too bad if you can't arrive at the same time as your friends. Like, have you ever tried to park anywhere?
Yeah, right, exactly.
Have you parked for like a basketball game? You don't get to pick your spot. You get directed in. You get to park wherever they want to put you. Like,
So then people
wow.
were going to the bathroom in the bushes, and then people got arrested for indecent exposure because they had to go to the bathroom.
For 12
people
hours.
people were passing out because they stopped eating and drinking because they
Yeah.
couldn't get access to a bathroom. Like that, it was bad. That was the worst part. But aside from that, it didn't look like there was a lot of crowd surge. There wasn't anything like that. The food seemed good. It's not that expensive. I'm not seeing a whole lot of negative things about Coachella, honestly, from this perspective on this side.
Oh, one other thing too, kind of on that topic, especially with like the outfits, and if you're worried about what you're gonna wear, or are you gonna be too on trend or not, fashion trendy enough? Like, quite literally, no one cares at EDC, and people, I guess, maybe the difference is people don't have their phones out to like record other people, because that's weird. Why are you taking photos of other people?
Actually, now that you say that, like if you really think about it, a lot of these are like sighting pictures. So there's people taking pictures of other people.
That would not like fly. Like people would like go away from you.
They
if
would
saw
take
you
your
doing
phone
that.
from you, probably.
Nope. Like,
No.
a drag queen's gonna grab your phone and smash it on the ground with her heels.
Hell
Like,
yeah.
if you feel self-conscious in your body and what you're wearing, you go there, you will see people different sizes, different shapes than you, and they're just having the best time, super confident, and you're like, it's infectious to just be like, they're not thinking about their body. Why do I need to be thinking about mine? They're certainly not thinking about mine. And like, we're just here for the music. And I think one of the like best parts of that is it's not like creepy getting hit on. Like, that just doesn't happen either, which is like a thing when you're going to concerts or in the club, you got to think about. And it's not at all like some guy like did tap you on your shoulder. I don't remember if it was at the club or if it was at EDC. And I'm like, oh,
It was at Wasteland.
Here we go. Like, this is what's going to happen. It's going to be like every other thing we've been to. And he goes, hey, do you actually know you can record video? And he gave you all the settings to get like professional photographer, videographer, like Super Bowl level filming on your camera, which we have to go over what those are at some point, because it is a game changer.
Like, people would tap you. Most of the time it's just like, I love your guys' vibe. I love your outfit. I love your, like, what...
Can I pet
There's
you?
can I pet you? Can I give you this? Here's some water. Like,
Yeah.
people don't care. They're just so nice there. It's just so different.
So, do you want to do the unboxing?
Yes, I have mine next to me. Okay, so I am dying because of the Easter egg colors. Do you see that? On the inside? I haven't opened it, but they're Easter egg colors.
Aw.
Okay, so I'm going to slide it open. It's already so cute.
Oh my gosh, I've been avoiding like seeing anybody else's
I know.
stuff.
I haven't looked at it at all. Oh my god, I love
my
this
God,
box. Okay. Millennials dream of a cute box.
So the theme is Metropolis, Kinetic Metropolis, and ooh, okay. See, I doubted
can't get it
the
to do
city
it with mine.
theme. How did you do that? Oh, I found the
It's-
directions. I went immediately for the directions.
You just open it. Open
the
the
other
side that's
side?
not the box side.
Ooh.
Like this. Yeah, there you go.
I wonder if this is the main stage design. Because I don't know. I can kind of see some of the pillars from the design
Oh
they had
yeah,
last
that's a
year.
great call.
So if it's going to be even taller, that could be pretty cool. More buildings.
That would be cool.
I just wonder if it's only main stage or if they're going to do more city stuff around. Because other than that, I don't know. What is it? What is it?
It's a name.
Oh, a bag tag.
Yes.
Ooh, this is a patch too.
Oh, it's so cute.
I always thought it was a door tag, door hanger at first.
Oh,
Ooh.
here's our
Smelly thing.
little keychain situation.
Ooh, this is heavy.
Oh my! I'm not gonna put this on this year.
Yes. Oh, no.
I love that it's purple. That makes me so happy.
Yeah.
Purpley pink.
Oh yeah, we gotta remember to register too
Oh yeah, yeah.
in the app.
And then
Ooh,
is this
new
just
stickers. Yes.
Base con, base rush,
Yes. Now that I know what these things actually are.
club space, countdown.
Oh my gosh, they're all in the same. Okay, they got
Beyond.
Beyond Wonderland in there.
Oh, they have the old school
Oh my gosh.
Daisy. Oh my god. I'm gonna wait till you find it. I'm just gonna wait till you find it.
Aww.
Yes. Look at it.
EDC. This makes me want to do EDC. But
Oh my
it's a
god! Don't
cruise
threaten me with a
ship.
good time. Don't threaten me with a good time. Oh, is that the keychain? Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that too. These are really pretty pictures.
Would that be good to like put the
I
wristlet
feel like the
on?
theme is pink and purple.
What? I can't believe that.
There's so much pink
Oh my
and
god.
purple.
We are going to be perfectly on theme.
I'm gonna die of happiness. You haven't shopped for your Vegas club outfit, right?
Yeah, I have to figure out what like and then, okay, also I have questions. How do we get to the pool? Because you have to wear like clothes in like a taxi or an Uber, but then like we can't have like normal clothes at the pool party. So, are there like lockers that we put our stuff in? Like when we go to the pool.
What normal clothes?
Like a cover up or like shorts. Like how do we
Why can't you wear those?
I thought we can't have them in the pool. Like where do we put our stuff? Cuz you have to be wearing like a swimsuit at the pool party.
You wear it? It's a regular pool at a hotel. Meaning you have to wear a bathing suit. Not you can only wear a bathing suit.
Oh, okay. Cuz I'm like, okay, we can't just like get in a cab wearing swimsuits.
Just a bathing suit?
yeah.
No.
So like, but if we can't get into the pool party unless you're wearing a swimsuit, they'll kick you out. So I'm like, where are we supposed to put all our stuff? Like that's what I was trying to figure out.
No.
What else we had to wear to get into the pool party.
I mean, you can't wear shorts and a t-shirt
In the pool, obviously.
to the pool party. I'm going to have to dress you.
Right.
Well, now I'm going to have to dress you
Yes,
to figure out what you want to... What do you want to wear?
I would
How
dress
skimpy do you want to be?
when we're outside. Because I'll show you the cover-ups that I have. They're black. Spoiler alert.
I'm shocked.
They're already mesh.
That doesn't make me feel any better about it.
It really shouldn't.
Do they have hoods?
Damn it, yes.
You can find us on TikTok and Instagram at Dead Sober Podcast. Don't forget to check out our podcast on iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify, and YouTube. And you can find Fluffy at FluffyDragon0_0 and Rave Bay Melissa at rave.baebay.melissa, Melissa, on TikTok and Instagram. Tune in next week for our next episode on Fridays at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time.